Okay, I need to do some stuff here. What do we got? Geminon needs jobs. Give me 2 agricultural districts. Give me a commercial zone. Virgon needs an upgrade here. You are freaking all mining. Like, you are all about that mining. I don't think I have... the boost from mining right now. You have civilian industries, so we're going commercial zones. And give me 2 generator districts, because I gotta freaking figure out a way to compensate for this energy loss that we're suffering from. If only you can make raider factions and be like, yo, this is the faction we want to be our raiders to guarantee a con event. Where are they, right? Well, Fallen Empires aren't raiders necessarily. Fallen Empires, they can become an Awakened Empire. There is a way to script Fallen Empires. So in theory, you could make them a Fallen Empire that becomes an Awakened Empire that is then a driven eradicator, or driven exterminator, right? And just wants to exterminate the rest of the galaxy. Yeah. So you could make them a Fallen Empire. Yeah, I mean, we're already selling 100 freaking minerals. The problem is it's worth like jack all, right? We'll keep selling 200 all, but it's just gonna freaking tank. The market's so fast.
Construction complete.
Gotta find some other ways to balance out. Well, Fallen Empires get massive freaking bonuses, right? I don't know if you'd be able to script it to just have Titans. And just Titans isn't necessarily good, right? Like, Titans can be countered pretty quickly. You just have to give them like the tier 10 of all the techs and go from there. Following the recent passing of a respected science officer, the recovery of various notes and documents from the late scientist lab paints a curious picture. It seems that in their twilight years, they developed an odd obsession with a creature they named the elusive Carcosa. It's difficult to decipher what exactly was so unique about this animal, but the late scientists seem to have regarded its acquisition as a top priority. Nothing but crazy gibberish, right? Yeah, but if you're gonna make a Fallen Empire into a Awakened Empire, you should at least give them the opportunity to be a threat. If the Fallen Empire only had Titans, I would probably wipe them out before they became an Awakened Empire, because you can just Corvette spam Titans super easily. Readings taken on the planet indicate all time fluctuations are originating from a point somewhere in the northern hemisphere of the world. It is going to take some time to pinpoint the exact origin of these strange time distortions. While data indicates the source is at one location, previous in time and somewhere in the near future, the source has moved, and with the time flowing backwards and forwards so frequently, it isn't easy to determine its current location, right? Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't add if I were to theoretically add them in through modding, right? It doesn't. You can have some of that lore, sure, but at the end of the day, it needs to be about gameplay. It needs to be about creating fun, engaging gameplay, and a gameplay where an Awakened Empire has Titans isn't fun and engaging. It's just a chore, right? And you just slowly but surely whittle them down.
Complete.
Just off Corvettes, right? You would figure out whatever they're equipped out with, right? If they have missiles, all right, you just get point defense and lasers, and you just like chip away at them. Their evasion's going to be so low that you're almost always going to hit, and all their weapons are going to be so big that they're never going to hit your Corvettes, and so it just becomes a matter of time. They wouldn't even like be a threat. All right, what do we want to do? What am I looking for, right? Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to add in cruisers. You can just give them the tier 10 shields and weapons and armor, and treat them like any other fallen empire. Just give them unique name and have them become an awakened empire and change over to an exterminator, right? All right, DTG. I'll catch you later, buddy. I need prosperity. Fuck, somehow I'm actually positive again already? What the hell? Prosperity would be good. We already have supremacy. I don't think we need to worry about war at the moment. Greed could also be good. Harmony could be really nice though, right? Commerce. 3 additional clerk jobs. 15% energy credit output while our energy is positive. Trade value output is increased. Planetary decisions increasing energy, food, or minerals, or reducing the other outputs by 15%. Trade protection increased. Trade attractiveness increased. Market fee decreased. Adopting all gives executive jobs for 50 pops. I have no idea how you'd program that, and you wouldn't even that I think goes on the opposite end of the fun spectrum, right? There's no way to defeat that then, or you need like there's like 2 weapons that can have that range. Well, you need to have 100 range, and then you need bonuses, and you can do it. So you can only use large weapons, large or extra large weapons. All smaller ships would get destroyed. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it goes to that fun. It could be fun. I just don't know if I would have fun with it. Yeah, and I get it took in that universe, yeah, but you're throwing it now into a universe that's combining all these different species and races with their best traits at each other, right? It doesn't like I don't know. I think freaking the contingency would still probably kick the Reaper's ass if we were having fallen empires or in-game crisis fighting each other, right? You just gotta freaking balance it around that. You gotta balance it around what's being fun if you're gonna create it that way. All right, do I take prosperity? Prosperity might be the way to go. Scourge is kind of like the Reapers, for sure. They just don't have overpowered weapons. They just have a lot of ships. All right, let's do commerce. Let's provide additional clerk jobs per planet. 19 months until we get psionics. We need another shipyard somewhere. But again, I don't have the alloy production to do that. So we'll send you guys all back to Ceradon. Toppled over buildings, crashed spaceships, lumps of melted junk, and trinkets burned to a crisp indicate that the former inhabitants of Tauron fled their homes in the midst of a losing battle against a superior foe. The presence of the bodies bearing foreign military insignia suggests it may have been infighting between clans of rats native to different homeworlds. Their excavation efforts were impeded by their unwillingness to abandon their treasured trinkets, and many lost their lives scrambling to save completely mundane items. One artifact, however, seems to have held a special place in their society, the Rubicator. It appears that they fought long and hard to save it, but ultimately had to leave it behind. Curious stuff. I mean, yes, like the endgame crisis perks and everything like that. Gosh, see, this is, I mean, I play at freaking 2 times crisis strength. now, because before we had to play it like 4 times to really take them, for them to feel a threat, though they've never really felt like a threat to me, right? Like in-game Crisis, if you've built your empire appropriately and you've managed to make alliances or to not
complete.
just try and knock out everyone, endgame Crisis really aren't that hard to deal with. That's still dumb AI, right? Yeah, I've had them in the middle of me. Freaking, I had not the Reapers or the Scourge. We had the Contingency. One time, like I was in a similar location. It spawned 2 systems out, and so immediately I just freaking circled them and killed them. It was freaking great. I find it way more challenging when it's on the other side of the freaking galaxy, and that way, like I have to actually go through and make allies and go through it, because they'll freaking knock out AI empires for a while. But it's so much easier and stuff going on. Maybe it's not the whatever the hold on. Maybe it wasn't Contingency. In-game Crisis, the one where they get 4 anchors and you have to destroy them all, right? I thought it was the Contingency. The extra dimensional invaders, is that it? No, that's not him either. Ghost signal, the hubs, secret lair, tank infiltration, warning signs. That's a Contingency. End of life cycle, the reckoning. The reckoning is what happens at regarding is it the unbidden? Maybe it's the unbidden. Who gets the 4 anchors? Praetorian Scourge is the hive mind one. The Sentinels. No, that's who comes at the Scourge. Then we have the extra-dimensional invaders. Jump drives. Portal cannot be destroyed until all of the dimensional outputs are destroyed. Yeah, it's the extra-dimensional invaders. Those things, freaking, if they spawn near me, they're honestly super freaking easy to deal with. If they spawn on the other side of the galaxy, they can be a bit more challenging, but it's still like not that big of a threat. Right? War in Heaven is super easy to deal with. Right? Oh, so it was the Contingency. Yeah, the extra-dimensional. Wait, I think that's the invaders that we're talking about, right? That's what I was saying. The invaders also get ships. It says the portals cannot be destroyed, right? All fleets will remain to guard the system until it's rebuilt, halting their expansion. Unlike the Contingency and Praetorian Scourge, they will provide. The Unbidden will arrive in less than a year. Yeah, so it's the Unbidden are the extra-dimensional invaders. The Contingency is the rogue AI. 4 contingency hubs are put into the system. They always are hidden inside galactic resource clusters. Random assortment of planets.
Construction complete.
Stuff. Yeah, contingencies AI uprising. I mean, I never deal with that. We don't build AI. Bestodon Reavers are insulting us. That's fine. So I don't have to deal with them too often. But yeah, I think the extra-dimensional invaders can be some of the most challenging, but all of them are fairly easy to deal with. They all have hard counters for fleet designs, right? They're never going to change their fleet design mid-combat, so you can and should totally take advantage of that and outfit your fleets for the best possible chance of success. They're dumb. They will jump into pulsars or other heavily defended systems to pull fleets away. The AI still will chase small fleets. Like, you can send a fleet of like 30 corvettes and just have them be chased around. Surface scans reveal the planet to be covered in desiccated flatlands, large areas covered in fine, dusty sediment. Analysts shows that the sediment traces are all that are left of extensive tracts of vegetation that must have died and dried out with unnatural speed. Furthermore, many of the dry patches are crumbled to reveal a vast cave system just beneath the surface. The surveying trip just turned into a spelunking expedition. Keep digging. There is an order to the Rat's Chaos. In a somewhat official looking building towards the center of town, there is a digital inventory of every single item, complete with their origins. gross misinterpretations of their intended uses, as well as some highly unhelpful notes as to where to find them. The Rubicator, described as a thingamajig maker with magical powers, had its place to the right of the Empress Lilac Ribbon, under her snout swabs, on the four-legged box with the funny face, wherever that is. Curious. Let's upgrade you. Alright, Caprica.
Complete.
Caprica needs an upgrade, as well as a new building, and we can upgrade precinct housing. This will cost 1 gas. We don't have any crime actually right now, so I don't really need to do that at all. So we can upgrade you to a planetary capital. We are going to need more housing here. And let's also go with... we can go with the gene clinic finally. We need more consumer goods though. Yeah, this is worth it. Throw a gene clinic there. New Caprica needs to get some civilian industries going, as well as more housing. You're pretty set. You're pretty set. Geminon's fine, and Virgon is very fine for a while. Alright, anything else to claim with this construction ship? Probably not.
Our ships have been improved.
We do need more anchorages though, right?
We are spreading our faith to a new world.
Never make a deal with the dragon. Several recruits from our ground forces recently made a Halo insertion into the surface of Toraville 3A as part of a survival training exercise. When the recruits were picked up again after 2 months, one of them reported several findings indicating that an ancient precursor civilization had a presence on this world long ago. We should investigate this. Give me a science ship. Are you guys all doing excavation sites? My god. Well, which one are you doing? You're doing search for time. You are doing anyone home? Go research that First League stuff to begin with. Oh, we do need to... Wait. What? How did that become a Zerg system? Again, I don't know. I thought we took it. Maybe we didn't. Forest world, Atoll world. Atoll world. We really have 70% habitability here.
Us new wisdom.
You can search for precursor artifacts. 70%. Alright, we got monthly unity, which is great. Let's pick up... I mean, planetary resurfacing for impassable mountains would allow... It's like for 1 or 2. It's not a bad call. Holo Temple is not really needed right now. Society research is actually probably the way to go. It's only 14 months. Now we can pick up... Mind over matter. Since the dawn of our civilization, tales have flourished of mighty sorcerers wielding powers that can only be described as supernatural in nature. These rare humans could supposedly invade the minds of their fellows, lift heavy objects with merely a thought, or perform any number of other magical feats. Until recently, these stories were just that, stories. Now, however, our scientists have finally obtained conclusive evidence that proves the psionic potential inherent in certain human individuals. Although only a small minority of our species as a whole seems to be gifted with psionic powers, their numbers relative to the total population have grown steadily over just the last few centuries. Whether this is due to some kind of evolutionary growth spurt, or because something has triggered latent psionic abilities that are always present in our genetic code, scientists cannot stay. A glimpse perhaps into the future that awaits us. No, we're becoming the weapons from Firefly. We're becoming, whatever summer is. Alright, we're just gonna kill people with our minds.
Construction complete.
That's what she says she can do. She says no power in the verse can stop me, and she says I'm gonna kill you with my mind. Nah, she just becomes a freaking. She is a weapon, yes, but her whole thing is no power. Well, in the show, it's no power in the verse can stop me, and then in the movie, she says the line, "I can kill you with my mind." So you really don't know the extent of her powers at all. And I really wish Joss Whedon would, you know, get a reboot going. Let's get a season 2 of Firefly. Let's put it like 30 years in the future. Let it be freaking the kid between Walsh and the other girl. You know what I mean? Like, give me a freaking some more Firefly. Let's do it. I want this. I want this. I need this. It would be great. Could freaking have the Reapers or the Reavers, freaking stuff like that. The Preacher's son. I mean, I'd rather have like Walsh's kid, right? Because Walsh is dead. Zoe's still alive, but she's pregnant with the baby. That way you can still have Mal and Kaylee and everyone else can make pop-ups in there if they want to in the series. You could do it like it's 30 years after the Reavers destroyed the core worlds. You could have it still be gritty and freaking civilization has like still in a in like a time bubble of old Western. The excavating team has discovered the source of the foul stench, and it is ill boding. Closer to the center of the city are enormous piles of dried fecal matter and pools of corrosive bile that exclude toxic levels of hydrogen sulfide, making protective equipment necessary to proceed further. The archaeologists could not identify the alien DNA in the fecal matter, but the piles contain partially digested hoarders. Whatever consumed these aliens swallowed them whole. Even more disconcerting is the discovery of a fresh pile. Kleptomaniac rats. Curious. This is for the Rubicator. I mean, just give me something from Joss Whedon in that universe, and I'd be pretty happy. Space westerns. They're cool. They're very cool. Okay. Which shipyard's getting upgraded? You have to get upgraded, like right now. Our bastions don't necessarily need to be upgraded. I'm so curious as to what's in here, right? We have a dimensional invader here, but what's here, right? American astronaut falls into a wormhole, ends on the front lines of an intergalactic war. Like, this is a show already made. Ends on the front line of an intergalactic war, becomes an outlaw, steals a ship, ultimately ends the war. Oh, Farscape? Yeah, that's freaking with Ben, what's his face? The guy who ends up playing Colonel such and such in Stargate, right? Ben Broder. Yes, Ben Broder and Claudia Black, who then joined like Stargate up later, right? Right. Anti-Disney? Yeah. The father is always, well, not necessarily always. Actually, I don't know. I don't know a lot of other Joss Whedon's work other than Firefly. I know he did Buffy, but I've never watched Buffy. For several months now, we've received scattered reports of a small number of alien mercenaries and privateers operating on the frontiers of our space. They call themselves the Osprey, and they are apparently exiles from nomadic warrior culture inhabiting overcrowded space station in and around XT-81 singularity systems. Aye, more Dwamax. What you want, foolish Dwamak? What happens to make your face look like that? Reactor accident? Vacuum exposure? Hi, look at you. We're the Asperian. We hunt Dwamak. If you come to Asperian turf, we make Dwamaks too. Not good for you. Yes, hi. Perhaps you know other Dwamaks. Maybe you want them to be Dwamaks too. This can be arranged. Asperian not above fighting Dwamak again on the Dwamak if price is right. End transmission, right? She refuses to talk about Farscape at conventions? That doesn't surprise me.
Construction complete.
Yeah, she was definitely the dominatrix of Val and Valderod. Absolutely. That's like how she gets introduced to the whole freaking show, is her her going back and forth with Daniel Jackson, right? Stealing a ship, wearing some tight clothing, sitting on top of Daniel, getting all freaking sexy. That's when 14-year-old me was like, leather? No, actually, I'm not that into leather, so it didn't do really that much for me. I haven't seen Farscape. I've seen like one episode, maybe. We found the current location of whatever is causing these time distortions. If there is such thing as a current on this world anyway, the fluctuations seem to be coming from a half-buried strange blue rectangle box that has been left on the planet. We're currently trying to get inside of it. Excellent. Get inside that TARDIS, right? See, I don't think I ever saw that Catwoman either. Dude, you guys remember that show Lex? Let's talk about a weird fucking sci-fi show. Lex. The ship that freaking eats planets. And it was just the most bizarre show ever, right? The costumes were ridiculous. The humor was just like I don't know. People are gonna get tortured. Let's freaking celebrate and have a little dance with people going on a conveyor line. It was a fucking weird show. Right? What can you offer us? 4 racket pops. No, get the fuck out of here. Disobey. The dead do not disobey, right?
Construction complete.
Janitor, broken robot, hooker, and
The
undead
faithful
fitness
have
instructor are
claimed a new
driving
world.
the Death Star. Basically. We've received a communique from a previously unknown spacefaring empire that called themselves the Zvorak Hegemony. I speak on behalf of the Yvzorak Hegemony, and I come with a message for all your depraved species. As long as you stay out of our internal affairs and treat our great leader, Executor Arkok Kaldari, with reverence, there may yet be peace within our nations. They are fanatic, authoritarian, and xenophobic. Our sacred arms shall never waver. They have a lot of freaking terror. Dude, what the fuck did the Prikikiti do? My god, they're freaking just taking over everything. Can we please take the system back? They have a power rune, apparently.
Have granted us new wisdom.
A mega alignment. We need to build that at some point. Let's get gravitonic sensors out. Which planet is it that's doing all the strange stuff? Isn't it this one out here? Virgon. Virgon. Do I have to build this on my Caprica? Or on my capital? On my Caprica. Where do I build this? There, yeah, so it has to be built here. I could get rid of the gene clinic to do it. Let's do it. Let's do the worm in waiting. We've established a new colony on Toron. Let's get a district built first and foremost. Central Spire, industrial sector. Yes, industrial sector it is. Immense solar arrays, generated. Dude, we're gonna freaking get a bunch of generator districts for sure. They've closed borders with us. That's fine.
Construction complete.
I'm a little worried about the Prikikiti. We're gonna have to fight them on 2 fronts, right? We're gonna have to fight them here, which might be worth upgrading.
The spirits have granted us new
At
wisdom.
some point. Civic slots isn't a bad thing to have. I don't need command limit. I need freaking naval capacity. Here, give me leader lifespan next. Scientists on Vargon were surprised to register an immense solar superstorm bypassing the planet. The storm, a coronal mass ejection that had apparently missed by sensors until nearly striking the colony, could have caused widespread and in many cases irreparable damage to the electrical infrastructure of Vargon. Had the ejection hit the world, who knows how many could have died in the ensuing chaos. It is a sign of divine intervention that the planet was saved. It should not be taking this long to take that, but okay, whatever. Yeah, give me the Starbase Outpost next. We're gonna have to freaking worry about the Cylons as well. Like, dudes, if you guys would have wanted to be our friends, we were gonna be friendly with you, but you guys are losing so much freaking territory. Oh, the Echo's inside. Using sonar mapping to plot out the vast subterranean network, it eventually became evident that all the caves are interconnected. We've uncovered a massive web of tunnels that crisscrosses the entire surface of this world. There have been two additional discoveries of notable importance. The first is that of the tunnel system is not a natural formation, but rather has been excavated by some titanic force. The second discovery is even more alarming. Seismographic readings prove that something is still burrowing down there. Keep digging. All right. We haven't actually considered how we're going to keep building these fleets out. We need anchorages anyways as well. So much more capacity. Torsion coils, cool to find. All right, head home since now we have that system under our control.
Project complete.
A thorough investigation of Toroville 3A has unearthed evidence of a past presence. An away team from the ISS Noble has managed to bring a relatively well-preserved artifact back to the ship, which should hopefully increase our knowledge of this ancient civilization. Interesting. So we now have 5 out of 6 First Fleet precursors. You were sent to excavate this site. Do we make any more claims here to colonize? No.
Granted us new wisdom.
Star fortresses are good to have. Colossal testing facilities. Max minerals plus 5,000.
Complete.
Research speed plus 5. Unlocks megastructure. Macro engineering testing station. We can get habitats out. Combat computers. Ion thrusters. I gotta get ion thrusters out first. It should have been out a long time ago. Archon Wendigo has developed new skills and eye for talent.
Construction complete.
And our intelligence service was checking information about planets of the other empires, has found something interesting. On one of these planets, there is a structure in which there is a shielded epistle of unknown origin and design. On the Gaia world, at that. Alright, we have a construction ship here that probably should head over and maybe help build some mining and research stations. Those all claimed up. Shipyard here. Shipyard. Honestly, go with a large solar panel network and a medium solar panel network at this point. We need that energy production to stabilize a little bit. All right, this is the echoes inside. Your archaeologists have stumbled upon an ill-fated previous expedition on Chatib 1A that perished long ago. Several minor artifacts were recovered from their desiccated remains. Interesting. This is the kleptomaniac rats. At the very center of the city, overlooking the main square, is a grand, ostensibly decorated palace with a garish neon sign advertising the Empress Motel. Inside it are lavish chambers filled to the brim with treasures from which the Empress and her board of trusted advisors govern. It is also where the hoarders held their last stand, defending the Empress and her precious rubricator. With any luck, the rubricator can still be found in its usual spot, by the Empress Lilac Ribbon. All right. maybe that would, I mean, it's probably made in, I would feel like British Columbia, because that's what feels like all sci-fi shows end up getting made. But maybe.